Oh, shoot. This is for the MS460 cut test. Stay tuned to see what happens. Welcome, this is Joe on the Okie Woodsman channel. Today I'm going to go ahead and try to correct an evil that I did in one of my last videos. I'm just joking, trust me. I know that when you are testing, you want to try to do the best you can, get everything perfect. Man, to guys like Project Farm, really Bodie, the novice lumberjack, it is not an easy task. That video I did with Mark running my 620 with my 562, my 460 and all of that. That took a lot of time, and we really only did a couple cuts per saw, but because we were swapping bars and chains and trying to make everything equal. Today we are testing the EXILE Muffler with the stock steel can with the baffle on the backside. That to me looks fairly open, but the saw is not real loud yet, so I think it's actually doing something to impede flow. 2, my aftermarket can that was peeling paint like crazy. I went ahead and opened it up, took off all the paint, and we're gonna mount this up, put the EXILE muffler cover on this, and this should be as open as it can get with this 2-port EXILE muffler cover. If you're looking for something like this is a real easy bolt-on. Available at TriStar. I'll go ahead and put a link on the screen and in the description to this particular muffler cover. That's the really cool thing about STIHL saws is you can just go ahead and take off that front plate of the muffler on a lot of the models and you have access, and that is so cool. I have limited amounts of wood to work with today, so I'm going to do my best to get the saw tuned in. I believe I'm going to do 2 downward cuts and 1 dogged in cut. That's my goal for the 2 configurations. We are running a brand new .063 Dukes chain that hasn't been any wood. No, I'm not replacing the chain between cuts. We are just trying to see if there is a noticeable difference. This is where we're doing our testing today in this piece of pine. That was with the brand new Dukes chain and the stock steel can with the baffle still inside. Now let's change out the baffle. I'll give it a quick tune. I might need to adjust the high jet over on some other wood. Boy, the light is playing fits today with the camera, guys. I'm gonna try to do my best to make it look good. Pop off this cover. Here's a closer look of that EXILE muffler cover from TriStar. I love that it has the screen in it. If that gets carboned up, you'd just go ahead and basically burn it out with a torch. But you probably aren't going to experience carbon if you're tuning properly and running good 2-stroke mix. Let's go ahead and talk about that in the comment section. My choice is Red Armor 40-1. Tell me if you think there's going to be any difference between this one here and this one here. Somebody mentioned on a previous video saying that if the exhaust route is too direct, it could hurt low-end performance. I don't know if we'll be able to see that in this limited test here, but curious to see. And also want to know what your guys' thoughts and experience are on that. Please no fighting, just share what you've noticed. Alrighty, so I've gone ahead and swapped the muffler can over. Ran into a little bit of a snag. This is the cheap aftermarket Chinese muffler can striking again. It's always been a little difficult to get the holes lined up. I remember the original cover, I had to grind a little bit off of it to make it fit. The EXILE one from TriStar is not like, I mean, it's heavy duty stainless steel and it's made precision to fit on the steel can, and it does. What I'm doing right now is I'm not running the top 2 threaded bolts on the top side of the muffler just for testing purposes. The saw is definitely louder. I went ahead and got it tuned in some, I went to some smaller wood. I actually turned up the high jet just a little bit. So I'm gonna make one cut here to see how it sounds. I hope I'm kind of running out of wood here. Let's see what happens. Oh, shoot. Well, I may have absolutely botched that. I hope this GoPro captured the footage I wanted. My other phone was not recording, unfortunately, and that stinks. Completely stinks. Because I can't redo it. I just made this thing Swiss cheese. So, listen, I think that the saw changed behavior a little bit. Midway through, I needed to go ahead and give it a little bit more fuel. It sounded a little lean to me. It wasn't low on power, but it did seem like it didn't ever do a 4-stroke entering the cut. And I like to err on the side of caution just a bit. I just had a bunch of fun cutting with the saw, I can tell you that for sure. I just don't have any more rounds. I've split it all right there. That ship has sailed. I haven't seen the footage yet, so I can't make up my mind quite yet, but I was kind of thinking that that muffler with the baffle in it wasn't going to make much of a difference versus the opened up can. Well, from running that, I feel like it may have. So what I'm going to do is kind of review the footage. I'm going to leave the 460 alone right now. I'm not going to touch it in terms of like putting it back together or figuring out if I need to do something to get that cover to fit properly on the cheap Chinese can or not. It seemed like the saw had more grunt to it, especially on the low end, and also it seemed like it had more high end as well, no doubt. I mean, I had to turn it up a little bit in order to get the 4-stroke to go away. Now, once the saw heated up a little bit more, I had to give it a little bit more fuel for my comfort level. Anyway, I hope that that is interesting to you. Remember, this muffler cover is available at TriStar Supply, and I will go ahead and put their link in the description and on the screen so that way you know where you can yourself get this EXILE muffler cover. Very, very easy add-on. If you don't want to modify anything, just a bolt-on type of experience. If you want to take a baffle out or drill the hole out in the can, you can get, I think, a little bit more. So that's what people were saying. The video, again, will not lie. This was a brand new Duke's chain, and I'm so glad I didn't hit it on my splitter anywhere. I was terrified of that. So again, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, concerns, questions, drop them down in the comment section. I'd love to know you're here. See you on the next one. I can't believe I did that. Cannot believe I did that. Gosh dang it. I didn't have my camera recording.